welcome our viewers to a new episode of your show Around Kuwait, where we shed the light on the most recent topics and focusing on the trending occasions. I'm your host Abdulatif Lanizi, and today I'm joined with my colleague and co-host Sarah. Good evening, Sarah.
Good evening, Abdulatif, and good evening, dear viewers. Today we're talking about different topics, especially when we're talking about Kuwait. But first, let's start, Abdulatif. What is our first topic?
So today we will go for the headlines where we have Kuwait International Federation is hosting the bowling championship, the World Bowling Championship here in Kuwait. We're so excited about that. And for the second topic for today, can you give it to us, Sarah?
Especially when we're talking about the Ministry of Health that launches the new online services.
Launching new online services that will help citizens to do most of their work on only an application where they don't need to go to the hospitals or to the clinics. Yes. And for the third topic, also we have the Kuwait handball. Kuwait national team for the handball is coming back from the Asian Games 2023 with the bronze medal. We are so proud of them. And of course, we will go for the first headline and for the first topic, but after this report, so stay tuned, audio viewers.
Kuwait has taken center stage in the world of bowling, hosting the Bowling World Championship, a prestigious event that gathers top bowlers from around the globe. What's more, Kuwait's commitment to gender equality in sports was evident as it hosted both male and female championships. Additionally, the re-election of Sheikh Talal al-Mohammed al-Sabah as the president of the International Bowling Federation, or IBF, for a third consecutive term of 4 years added a new layer of excitement to this remarkable sporting occasion. Let's delve into the details of these significant developments. Kuwait's decision to host the Bowling World Championship demonstrates its dedication to promoting sports and creating a welcoming environment for athletes from all corners of the world. The championship featured thrilling displays of skill, precision, and sportsmanship as bowlers competed for glory. This event was not only about competition, but also about bringing nations together through the love of bowling. One striking feature of the Bowling World Championship in Kuwait was the inclusion of both male and female championships. This highlighted Kuwait's commitment to gender equality in sports, allowing athletes of all genders to showcase their talents on an equal playing field. It was a momentous occasion, breaking down stereotypes and emphasizing that talent knows no gender boundaries. In addition to the bowling action, the world celebrated Sheikh Talal al-Mohammed al-Sabah's re-election as the president of the International Bowling Federation, or the IBF, for an unprecedented third term of 4 years. Sheikh Talal's re-election was a clear sign of his dedication to the sport and his exemplary leadership.
And we'll come back, dear viewers. Our first topic will be talking about, especially when we're talking about bowling. But first, Abdulatif, I'm sure you have played, let's say, bowling. Let's say you tried bowling, yes?
Yeah, we tried the bowling actually for many times. But one of the most exciting things that we have, the World Cup for bowling, the World Championship for bowling is actually here in Kuwait. We're all excited about that. It is one of the best news that can be happening here in Kuwait because this championship is one of the most prestigious awards that might happen for in the field of bowling. But knowing that our champions, our athletes, our national team, they are doing great so far. Sure. The training, it was wonderful. We had the news about it. I didn't expect that it's going to be this soon. I thought it's going to be like in 2024. Mm-hmm. But when I saw my friends that they were training, they were actually, during the summer, they were on a camp and they were training so hard. They were getting ready for the bowling. It was really exciting. Not only that, if we actually have one of the biggest facilities for bowling here in Kuwait that you can find in Salmiya. It has a really wonderful place. A lot of people have the good spirits in bowling. And here in Kuwait, almost everyone tried bowling and no one hates it.
True, and
Yeah, do you
especially
agree with
when we're
that?
talking
Yeah.
about bowling, it's one of the, let's say, the biggest championship in Kuwait. And especially, I think most of us, whether you're at a young age or an older age, everyone wants to do, let's say, that they're entertaining themselves, whether female or male,
Yeah.
playing especially bowling. But one thing, I think, especially with the females, they might struggle a little bit with their nails, let's say. I love to play bowling, to be honest, but the option is playing with the bowling and breaking your nails.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you tried it also.
Yes.
You broke your nails.
Yes.
Yeah, for me personally, I didn't break my nails, which is alhamdulillah, of course, because I don't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't grow my nails. But when I tried it, it was a wonderful experience, and I almost try it every week, every weekend. Okay, the facility is wonderful, the place is wonderful, and when we talk about that, you were actually talking about the male and female championship. It's actually really, really rare. Not only that, it is really wonderful that to know that Kuwait has hosted the male championship, world championship,
Yes.
and the female world championship for bowling. So it is really exciting event. I mean, you will see competitors from other countries, from all over the globe, of all genders, that they are coming here, try to compete. And it is wonderful to see one of these occasions, two of these occasions, if I
Yeah.
may say, two of these occasions to come here in Kuwait. It is really wonderful. And if you tried bowling, you will see that everyone is professional with bowling, especially here in Kuwait.
Yes.
Everyone knows how to play it. So telling the world that you have to be careful, because we're actually professionals in everything, in every type of sport. I mean, we've had paddle since when? Since almost 3 years,
Sure.
and we won the second place of Asia.
Yes.
Which is we have it only since 3 years. Not only that, we actually have bowling from years ago, and so we will inshallah win one of the first
Yes,
top
why
three
not?
places.
Especially
Yeah.
when we're talking, Abdul Latif, about this occasion. It's an honor to have it here in Kuwait as a bowling championship here, especially promoting gender equality and celebrating
Exactly.
the talents of the bowlers.
Yeah, promoting gender qualities. Everyone can compete. Everyone can try it. It's not exclusive for a certain age or certain gender. But if you tried it, you will know how good it is, how fun a sport it is, and the development of the sports here in Kuwait. It was fast. It was really wonderful and remarkable. But not only that, the World Championship. A lot of people are excited about that, and for that, Sheikh Talal Mohammed Al Sabah has been re-elected as the president of the International Bowling Federation, the IBF. I'm actually really happy to hearing that news, because he was doing a wonderful job for the federation. He was actually developing the places, the facilities for campings and trainings for the national team, both male and female. He was doing a wonderful and remarkable job.
Yes.
on that field. I mean, he is the right person on the right place, and alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is wonderful to try it. It is wonderful to have Talal Sabah as the IBF president, and it is exciting news. So I don't know when exactly the championship is going to end. I didn't have the time exactly, but I think that it will end with an honor. And not only
Yes.
that, I think it's a contribution to raising our country's name if we only compete. But what about hosting it?
Yes.
What about hosting it and having it here for us in Kuwait? I mean, I'm really excited.
It's really an honor, and as you mentioned, it's something like we cannot express how we feel, especially when we're talking about this in Kuwait, basically.
So, have you tried bowling, without breaking your nails, but have you tried bowling, and maybe have you seen one of the championships, local championships that have been happening here in Kuwait?
To be honest, no, I didn't.
You
But
didn't see?
mostly, most of us, when we play the bowling, let's say normal people going to play, enjoy entertaining
like you go.
themselves. Yes, like me and my friends or some family, we compete each other, let's say.
Have you seen the national facility for the
Not
bowling
really.
in Salmiya?
Yes, I've seen it, yes.
It is a bigger place. It will actually give you the environment. It is one of the best environments that will provide for you the best services, the best qualities. Everything is wonderful there. That will help you to reach your goal if you want it to be at the national team. Of course, you have to get the experience. If you want to get the experience, you can go there. The place, if you go there, you will see that every couple 3 to 4 months there will be championships. There will be national tournaments for
also,
Kuwait
yeah,
here,
I've heard
for all
that
genders.
lately they do some, let's say, competitions between people, or let's say some organizations. They would have these kind of organizations, let's say, and competitions in the bowling.
Yeah. Yep, and these competitions are really wonderful. It is actually giving the national team the vibes, the skills, the necessary skills, and to improve it, to have the certain development where they can go and compete internationally. I mean, you cannot have a national team that didn't have either tournaments or championships nationally, internationally, and they go immediately to the World Cup, to the World Championship. If they do that, they wouldn't have the certain skills and environments to go under pressures, under the requirement, which is the skills that you can provide and do what you should do under the pressure. But not only that, we've actually seen a remarkable job, and we have a certain skills and certain points by our national team, male and female. And when you go into social media, you will see that they are doing something wonderful for the female national team. I've seen them doing a remarkable job when they went to the national tournaments, international tournaments. It is heartwarming. So when I saw that, I said, I wish if I have a member of my family, female or male, that been with them, with the national team, because it's not only about bowling. It's actually about every national team of every field.
Yes.
It's really exciting.
And especially, Abdulatif, when we're talking, let's talk about female, especially in this field. Let's say most of us would play this game or bowling, let's say, as an entertainment or an activity, not like, let's say, into going into a championship and so on. But it's really an honor, and it's really something nice, and to be proud of these females to play, and also males.
Yeah. Yes, and inshallah they will win. We wish all the luck for them. But if you also look at the IBF head chair, he was actually doing a great job by putting the national team, male and female, under pressure for having the certain skills and requirements to go and compete internationally. And he was doing whatever they need just for them to have the certain skills. These tournaments and these championships that been setting here in Kuwait and also outside of Kuwait, we actually, if you look up to the news every few months, that you will see certain of these news connected to the bowling. Connected to the IBF. Always they are doing a remarkable job, and I didn't know. Other than today, other than yesterday, when I had the script that been set by our editor Hamad Al-Mit'ab, all the thanks for him, Hamad, for the wonderful job. Before, I didn't know that we will have the bowling world championship this early. Before, a few months ago, I didn't know that we are going to host the world championship. I mean, this work that cannot be set or done without having a remarkable president of the IBF.
True, and especially as you mentioned, Abdulatif, in this occasion, or let's say this kind of championship, we need to have, let's say, a supporter and someone who always supports the people who, let's say, have the passion to play such bowling and so on. So without that, I think people would be more supportive and would be more happy and have the honor that they're interested in doing the thing they have passion in.
Of course, and with you saying that, thank you. It is well said, and it is really wonderful. And of course, all the luck for them, for our national team, for everyone to come here in Kuwait to visit, to watch and observe for the World Championship for bowling. All the luck for all the national teams that are here. All the luck for all the players. And of course, this is the end of this topic. So we have a short break. Stay tuned, and after that, we will continue with our second topic.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، حياكم الله. في الدقيقة القادمة بمشيئة الله سنبين لكم طريقة الحصول على الإجازة المرضية عبر المنصات الإلكترونية، وذلك بعد اعتماد هذه الآلية من قبل الجهات المختصة في البلاد. بداية يمكن التقديم على الإجازة المرضية عبر تطبيق كويت صحة أو من خلال تطبيق سهل. في تطبيق كويت صحة وبعد تسجيل الدخول في التطبيق والمصادقة نضغط على خيار تقارير الإجازات الطبية، وذلك في أعلى تطبيق ناحية اليمين، ثم نختار أول خيار في القائمة وهو طلب إجازة مرضية إلكترونية. بعد ذلك نملأ البيانات المطلوبة مثل جهة العمل وتاريخ المرضية ورقم التواصل، ثم نضغط على خيار إرسال الطلب حتى يظهر إشعار تم إنشاء المرضية بنجاح. وبالإمكان حفظ نسخة إلكترونية منها أو طباعتها في حال أردتم الاحتفاظ بنسخة ورقية. أما في حال استخدام تطبيق سهل فيمكن اختيار خيار خدمات والموجود في أسفل الشاشة الرئيسية في التطبيق، ثم اختيار وزارة الصحة ضمن قائمة وزارات ومؤسسات الدولة، ثم خيار الإجازات المرضية، وتحت الإجازة المرضية هناك خيار طلب إجازة مرضية إلكترونية. ندخل البيانات وبعد تسجيل الإجازة سيظهر إشعار بتسجيل الطلب بنجاح وإمكانية تحميل المستند أو طباعته ورقياً. بعض الملاحظات حول الإجازة المرضية الإلكترونية: يمكن التقديم على إجازة مرضية إلكترونية ليوم واحد فقط باستخدام المنصات الرقمية، وتكون بنفس تاريخ يوم التقديم، يعني لا نستطيع الحصول على 3 أيام متتالية بطلب واحد عبر التطبيق، وإنما كل يوم مرضية يتم تقديمه على حدة. يمكن تكرار هذه الخطوة كحد أقصى 3 مرات في الشهر، وفي كل مرة يمكن الحصول على يوم واحد فقط، أي بحد أقصى 3 أيام في الشهر و15 يوم في السنة. بعد استنفاذ جميع الأيام المتاح فيها الحصول على الإجازة المرضية الإلكترونية، سواء استنفاذ 3 أيام في الشهر أو 15 يوم في السنة، يتم التقديم على المرضية عبر الحضور للمراكز الصحية مع مراعاة ما يترتب على ذلك من ضوابط واشتراطات بالنسبة لعدد أيام المرضيات المسموح فيها بالسنة. مع أطيب الأمنيات لكم جميعاً بموفور الصحة والسلامة.
Welcome back, our viewers. As we ended for the first topic, right now we are in the second topic, of course, with a bright commitment, with a wonderful job that's been set by the Ministry of Health and also cooperating with Sahel application. Now citizens can be more comfortable when they are sick, when they cannot go to work, only by a press of a button. During the day that you are sick, you can have your sick leave. So you can, if you cannot go to work, you don't need to. You have only 3 opportunities during a month. Well, it's actually a wonderful step forward. I don't think that I've seen it in any countries except here, because this is actually one of the most and one of the best steps that you can have in regards of work that will also have and improve our work quality here in Kuwait. It is a wonderful step.
Yes, indeed. Especially when we're talking, Abdul Latif, let's say, for example, if someone was really sick or couldn't reach to the hospital and so on, it's much easier to have this kind of service, let's say online, having a sick leave for different reasons, whether, let's say, an elder people, not everyone would be able, let's say, to go to the hospital.
Not everyone can go,
and so on. So I think it's a really nice online service to have, and it's much easier for us.
It is much easier, and will help the citizens and everyone who works at the governmental centers, and I think also at the private sectors.
Yes.
But not only that, this work is actually reflecting the remarkable job that's been setting by the governmental entities that are cooperated to provide us this service.
Yeah.
Because if we want to mention the application Sahel, if we want to mention this work that's been set to make us feel comfortable, to work while we are comfortable, to make sure that everyone is safe, is comfortable, because a lot of people, they cannot go to the hospitals, to the clinics, because they already went the other day. They couldn't go, they couldn't work for the second day. So you can have the application, from the application Sahel, you can have your sick leave during the day. But if you were absent yesterday or you're going to be absent tomorrow, you will have your sick leave for the same day that you want or that you are absent at. So if you had it for yesterday, well, I don't think you can have the sick leave for yesterday. If it was for tomorrow, you can wait until tomorrow.
Yeah.
This work will actually, because you know that a lot of people, when you are sick, I cannot drive.
True.
I cannot go to my work. Yeah, I cannot go to the hospital.
And
So-
especially, I think with this kind of technology, let's say, it's much easier to have the sick leave online. But let's say, or hope that people would do the sick leave online service
Yeah.
with a benefit, using it in a good way.
Yeah.
Because some people might use it, let's say, in
To get out
another
of
way.
work.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But
No,
let's
inshallah,
hope
they're
they
not
would
gonna
use
do
it
that.
in a better way. In this case, they made it more easier for us. So let's have the benefit of it.
It is wonderful. So this actually just the work that this actually reflects the remarkable work that been said by the Ministry of Health for the healthcare for every citizen here in Kuwait, for all the residents. But inshallah they will do it.
Yes.
Inshallah they will do it in a good way, because as soon as you are sick, you have this application. But I don't think that they only have like 15 opportunities, 15 sick leaves during a year, 12 months, and every month they have the 3. But I don't know if it was added to the 15 or it is from the 15th sick leaves that they can have during a month. But the work is actually reflecting a remarkable job. We are actually really honored about that. But you should know, Sarah, this is not the end of the work that's been said by Sahel application. I mean, almost you can have everything. An appointments, anything you want to make it done, you can have it done by this application.
Yeah.
Without going anywhere, without doing anything. It's just away from a press of a button.
Yes.
So yeah, so it is helping a lot of people without going to the ministries. I mean, you can go to the ministries during the emergencies,
And it
or
would
if
be,
you have.
it would be less crowded, let's say.
Yeah.
People wouldn't go that much to the hospitals and crowded, waiting in the queue just to take a sick leave and see the doctor. I think it's much easier to have it as an online service.
Yeah, it's good, because also if you want to go to the hospital while you are really sick and you need the doctor to look at you while the other person next to you is a little bit sick, it just
True.
couldn't go to work.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, this will make it extra crowd, and maybe he will get infected by me, so the sick will be provided to everyone. So
True.
unfortunately.
Yes.
So this application is providing a good service. A lot of people will have the service will actually represent a significant move towards and achieving a comprehensive healthcare goals and enhancing the electronic communication between patients and medical institutions, of course. But I don't think that this is the only work that you can have but from Sahel to only this service by the Ministry of Health and cooperating with Sahel. Also, there are other services that you can have provided by this application. We've seen the country is actually the governmental entities cooperating with Sahel. They're actually going forward. They're actually going in huge steps doing with healthcare, with any types of services that you want and need, because it will make you work. If you want to go doing your job, well, a lot of people they cannot.
True. As you mentioned, Abdulatif, the country is been improving a lot, making things much easier for us and for the citizens and for everyone around, making things simpler, let's say, and more safer, which is something really better for us and for the community itself.
Yeah. So it is the work now. It is that we provided. It is really good. A lot of people have these benefits. As soon as I heard it in the social media, if you go and check out on the Instagram, if you can check out on the social media, you will see that people are happy with this step. And of course, we're expecting more and more steps on the future to see more what we have forward, because as soon as we are right now during this moment, Sahel application and the governmental services that have been provided electronically online, they are really spreading. They are really going bigger and bigger. Almost every week you will see on the news that been provided more and more services. Not only the sick leave, it's been the last one. There are actually more and more
options.
As we heard. Yeah,
true.
There are some of the topics that's going, inshallah, in the next few days. We are so excited about that, but so far so good. We are so happy about it. Yep.
True,
Exactly.
especially Abdulatif, when we're talking, as you mentioned, the application is called Sahel, which means it makes your life more easier and more simpler, let's say. So with that, I think it would help us and would help everyone with such a services, let's say different services, but use it again with a benefit and a good way.
Yeah. It is one of the solutions that connected to the healthcare that will help a lot of people. Yes, exactly. It is one of the solutions because unfortunately, if you go to the hospitals before today, before these 2 days, if you go to the hospitals, and I tried it, it happened to me many times. I took my family, and there are some things that we needed to do. Unfortunately, the hospitals were actually crowded, the clinics and everywhere. Yeah, it was crowded because all of them, they wanted the sick leave. Some of them, they were sick, especially during changing seasons.
Yes.
If you see that everyone is sick, they don't need to go to the hospital. They have their medications, but they cannot go to work. So everywhere it was crowded during around the hospitals, not only inside the hospitals. So when I heard about this work, I said, finally, because we needed it.
Yes.
We needed this type of work to feel better, to make it less crowded. If you want to go to the hospital, you will go when you need.
Yes,
to go
when
to
you
the
need
hospital.
it urgently. As you mentioned, Abdul Latif, I think this kind of service is really amazing, and it would help us and make it more easier and simpler and safer for us and for the community, as we have mentioned with the second topic about the ministry and the healthcare, let's say, the online service. With that, dear viewers, that's going to have a break, and we'll be back.
Kuwait's handball team has made history by clinching the bronze medal at the 19th Asian Games. This monumental achievement is not only a moment of immense pride for the nation, but also marks a significant leap forward for Kuwaiti handball. The dedication, skill, and unwavering determination displayed by the Kuwaiti athletes have elevated their country's status on the international stage. The bronze medal win stands as a testament to the years of hard work and relentless training that the Kuwaiti handball team has invested in perfecting their craft. It showcases their resilience and commitment to excellence, sending a resounding message to the world that Kuwait is a formidable contender in the realm of handball. This achievement has resonated deeply with the people of Kuwait, who welcome their heroes with open arms and immense pride. The entire nation celebrated this historic triumph, serving as an inspiration to the younger generation of athletes. It encourages them to pursue their dreams with determination and passion. The Kuwaiti handball team has become a symbol of national pride, reminding everyone what can be achieved through teamwork, dedication, and an unshakable belief in one's abilities. Kuwait's handball team's bronze medal win at the 19th Asian Games is a shining example of what can be accomplished through dedication, teamwork, and a belief in one's own abilities. It is a source of inspiration for all athletes and a source of pride for the entire nation, marking a momentous step forward for Kuwaiti handball on the global stage.
Welcome back, our viewers. As for the third topic for today, the Kuwait national team for handball is coming back from Asian 19th game for the 2023, coming back with a bronze medals. It is wonderful and remarkable job and achievements that have been set by the national team. We are so happy.
Yes.
We are so proud of them. It is one of the most wonderful news that coming back with the top 3 places. Of course, they lost again Qatar, but before that, or I think after that, they beat Japan, Japan is quite the competitive.
Yes.
But Qatar, they are even stronger and stronger competitive. So I think it is wonderful and remarkable achievement that's been set by them.
Yes, true, Abdul Latif, especially when we're talking about winning a medal or such a having a medal in this kind of let's say the Asian
the
club,
Asian Games.
Asian Games, exactly. I think it's an honor whether you're having a bronze, a silver, a gold, as winning any kind of medal or playing this kind of games in such countries like that with other countries. It's really an honor and something I'm sure they cannot express their feelings.
They cannot. Even our national team, even our the Olympic Federation, they were so happy about the job that they did. We are so proud of them because we were actually keeping in track and we were keeping up to date doing the work that when they were actually working. We've seen the remarkable job that they were doing. We were so happy when they were beating our competitors every game.
Yes.
We were so happy with them, but we expected the gold medal. I'm not gonna lie, for me
Yeah.
personally, I expected the gold medal, but we have the bronze medal. But we need to mention one thing, that only contribution is only competing is
Yeah.
actually contribution and rising our country's name, and we were so glad of them. We are so happy that they came back with a medal, but of course, inshallah, at the next games they will come back with the gold medal. Yeah, we are so
And
happy.
as I heard, Abdul Latif, let's say the players in playing the handball, they are such a, like say, a young age, which is
They are young
something
age, yeah.
really, it's an honor that they have won this game after training and playing and having that much of effort and work. At the end, they're, let's say, deserving the bronze medal. I think whether I told you bronze, silver, or gold, it's something really nice after this kind of training and hard work. Let's say you're taking a medal at least.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. The determination that's been set, the camping and the trainings that we heard before that, when they were training and when they worked so hard, because they were expecting. Not all of them, they're expected to have one of the top 3 places, because they said in the Asian Games, the countries up there, they are really hard. The national teams, they were really difficult, so they couldn't. We didn't actually expect to have a medal from the beginning.
Yeah.
But after that, when we saw the first game, when we saw the second game,
Yeah.
we expected, okay, we can have the medal, we can have the gold.
Yes.
They could come back with something really good. And of course, not only the handball are doing a great job. If you see the Asian Games, I'm actually following it on the social media. They are doing a remarkable job
Yes, true.
in every types of sport.
Yeah.
We are so proud of them. And of course, it didn't end yet. We have more and more sports that are coming up to the next days and next weeks. And of course, we are so excited about that. And to see them coming back with the bronze medal, this actually showcased their resilience, commitment to the excellence, because
Yes.
they wanted to come back with a medal. They wanted to come back making us proud. They
Sure.
made us proud as soon as they went to the airplane, went there.
Yes.
We are so proud of them. But coming back with a medal, it is more and more honor. We are so proud of them.
And especially Abdul Latif, when we're talking about these kind of players that are playing and representing Kuwait, let's say, it's their achievements, the way they won, the way they played, it's a message for other people and for other countries that Kuwait can, and they have such a players, and we have like different genders and ages especially that can play and train and, let's say, won any kind of medal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not only that, we actually set to the world a point.
Yeah.
We set to the world a point. Before that, we were talking about bowling, the World Championship bowling
Yes.
here in Kuwait. And before that, a couple of topics, a couple of episodes before, we were talking about even paddle when we lost against Egypt, but we won the second place. We actually setting to the world a point that Kuwait has its mark on the sports.
Yes.
Not only one type of sports. No, we're actually talking about multiple types of sports, either it's racket sports, ball sports that been with either it's going to be with handball, basketball, either of them, of course, bowling. So we've actually setting a work, we actually setting to the world a point that Kuwait, wait for us a couple of years, inshallah, from now,
Yeah.
we will have a gold medals and everything. We will have the World Cups at every type of sport that we are sitting at, because we have our athletes. They have this wonderful commitment when
Yes.
it comes to sports. And of course, if you work at one of the governmental entities, if you work at the government work day, and if you are at the member at the national team, they can have your leave. Your payment will be set, and you will go and train, and they will be cooperative with you. So we've actually seen this commitment not only by our national team, but every member that's connected to that. So the younger generation that's been coming to the next,
Yeah.
of course, they will have the next and the next championships. And of course, we are so proud, and we will be proud more and more at every year, at
Yes.
every step.
True, especially Abdulatif, also to add to what you have mentioned already, when these kind of generation, let's say the younger generation, watching these kind of people or players or champions winning a gold medal or a bronze medal or a silver, as we have seen in the Asian also, a lot of other, let's say, athletes have won in such medals, not only in handball, this would give them the support and passion if they are really into sports, that they would want to, let's say, interact with any kind of sport and play this kind of game and get into competition, or let's say any Kuwait national team.
Yes, and if you see look up to the social media, you will see that the countries were terrified about the Kuwaiti achievements.
Yes.
You will see that, that we didn't take only the bronze medal from the handball. We took actually many gold medals, many silver medals by the other sports. And I've seen, and I'm actually remembering one of the videos that I've seen on social media that they were actually commenting at one of the games, and they were mentioning Kuwait. They were actually expecting that Kuwait is not going to win any types of medals at the high ranked sports, the high sports. So they actually didn't expect that, but what they seen is something different. So they were commenting on how they were dedicated, how they were really competitive. So the work and actually the commentator there, he was talking about that you can see this wonderful dedication when they working, when they were playing. I mean, they were not violence. They were not actually aggressive players. They have the sports spirit. They have this wonderful smile when they were playing. They didn't make any types of trouble, and they went back winning. So what do you want more? You want more medals? Well, we were coming back, inshallah, at the next games, Asian Games, World Games, and we will have more and more medals. If you tried handball, you will see that's really a hard game.
Yeah.
And here in Kuwait, we are known by the Middle East, by the Gulf countries, that Kuwait, they are one of the best when it comes to handball.
And to add to what you have mentioned already, Abdulatif, you know what's the most, let's say, moment that anyone would have the honor, and it would be, I cannot express this kind of feeling, when you won any kind of medal and you would hear and see the Kuwaiti flag and hearing the national anthem of Kuwait. I think this feeling,
it's a wonderful feeling, actually.
Yes.
I've seen in one of the videos when they were actually telling the national anthem for the Kuwait. I was so happy. It was really heartwarming.
You would have these kind of goosebumps.
Yeah, I actually seen it. I got the memories when we sing it every day when we were at school. It was a wonderful moment. I said, okay, the last time I heard it, we were at school.
Yeah.
Right now we are hearing it while we are competing internationally. So, of course, they sang it, and there is something I need to mention. I just remembered, which is we lost against Qatar, but the world needs to know that we lost in 1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the next time we will win 10 points difference.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
It's a game at the end. Yeah.
And the world should look out for the next generations, because we are training them real good. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that, because everything is developing here in our country really fast, really good, with the best quality of services. Either if it was with the sports, the national teams, if it was in our country here, we are so happy. The success that been had for the Kuwaiti handball team at the 90th Asian Game also highlights the importance of investing in the sports infrastructure here in Kuwait. You will see that there are remarkable jobs. The talent growth is actually wonderful and remarkable, and that's been happening by the dedicated work that's been set by our leaders, trying to improve our generations, our also next generation, to have more and more and bigger steps in the games. And I think that this award that they won, it's not easy an award.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the most prestigious awards that you can have in half of the world.
Yes, and
Asian
especially
Games.
to add what you have mentioned, Abdulatif, I think it would be an honor again that Kuwait is participating in such a different sports and different countries, whether it was Asian countries or any kind of other
Yes.
countries, it would be a really an honor and supporting for the other people in different generation. And I think people would have, let's say, such a time, instead of wasting their time doing nothing or sitting at home, let's say having a hobby or doing some sports and something they would have passion in. And why not? You might have this kind of passion in a different kind of sport, and let's say you would be competing with some other countries.
Yes.
You never know.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have a hobby?
Yes,
Sarah?
I do.
You have a
Yes.
hobby. I have multiple hobbies.
Yeah.
I have multiple hobbies that I've been doing. And not only me. I actually have multiple hobbies because the environment that I'm at is an hobby environment.
Yeah.
This actually the environment that you have here in Kuwait, the social environment, you will see that everyone has a hobby. I mean, wherever I go, to my neighbors, to the family that I know nearby, to all of them, they are sitting their kids to either the academies, football academies, handball academies, any types of MMA academies, either it's going to be karate, jiu-jitsu. They're trying to let their kids, when I ask them why, do they need that? They tell me the first thing is, so they will compete internationally to the
Sure.
World Championship at the next. I say, okay, what's motivated them? And if you see that, I asked this question actually many times in our previous shows, either in hobbies catalog or in achievements. You will see that our guests, most of them, they actually won world medals in these types of sports. I'm talking
Yeah.
about handball, I'm talking about MMA, I'm talking about any types of sports, and it was one of the most wonderful job. So all of them, they said, I need a hobby so I can achieve something for my family, for myself, for my country, in the biggest wide.
Sure.
So they wanted something for their country, and I've actually seen a really wonderful work that been setting here in Kuwait in regards of hobbies, because you mentioned hobbies.
Yeah.
You mentioned that is actually one of the reasons. So we actually quite the competitives.
Yes.
I mean, it's either to be you, Sarah, or me, Abdul Latif, or any types of other person who has their own hobbies. We don't like to see someone better than us.
Yeah.
But if that person was in our team, well, okay, I'm having fun. I'm going to him. I'm going to ask him how did he do it. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying right now. I'm trying to have my own way in billiard. I'm
Yeah.
trying so hard every day, hours and hours. But of course, these days I need to stop a couple hours to take some rest and vacations, trying to focus on my hobby, which is biggest hobby, which is presenting. So this is the same thing that I've been going with the handball team. I've actually know a couple of players at the national team when they went to Asia. So I told them, where have you been? In the last few months, we didn't see you. We didn't see you even in Ramadan.
Yeah.
We didn't see them.
True.
They said, I believe we are training so hard every day.
Yeah.
We wake up from 4 a.m. We wake up from 3 a.m. We are training so hard just to come back making you proud.
Yes.
We're
True.
training. I said, for what? They said, for the Asian Games, the 19th Asian Games, we're competing. I said, I was so happy when I heard that news.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, if you know a person that's going there to the Asian Games, it was actually reflecting the remarkable job and remarkable work that was said by them. I'm so proud of them. So if I want to talk about your hobby, Sarah, can you tell me about your hobby?
Well, actually, I'm a kind of person who loves to say, let's say, I don't have a one kind of hobby, but a different kind of sports. And in this case, I want to mention one thing, especially when we're talking about having a hobby or doing such a sport or
Yes.
anything. At a younger age or a younger generation, let's say, let's your parent help their kids, or let's say elder age, do something instead of sitting at home. This would help them and it would support them, and you would never know, maybe you would have one day, as I have mentioned, your child would be a champion, or they might have this kind of passion and so on, but they wouldn't feel it or know. At, like, for example, at a young age, when I was like 7 years old, my mom threw me in the pool to learn how to swim, and actually, as I have grown up, I have learned how to swim. One of my hobbies is swimming, and
good.
in this case, I have learned and loved swimming, and I think
Wonderful
this is
sport,
something.
swimming.
Yes, true.
It's a wonderful sport,
Yes.
swimming. So for how many years you've been swimming?
Actually, I have been swimming since 7 years, until I graduated from high school.
Oh, wonderful.
I don't want to
Many
mention,
years.
so I don't want to mention my age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to mention your age because no one can tell, by the
Yeah.
way. but clearly you look young. MashaAllah. So, in regards of the remarkable job that was set by our national team at the 90th Asia Games 2023, they were doing a remarkable job. We are so glad of them. We are so happy about the wonderful job they are making. They actually did something what it's called habba. You know, it's about the most trendy thing.
Yes.
And of course, inshallah, at the next few episodes, I hope that one of them will respond, and we will host them, and we will take them to tell us about their experience, about what they have, and about what they felt, because we are so proud of them. But before I go to before we end the episode, I just wanted to say that they did the trendy thing, which is they actually motivated most of our next generations, about the young children, to be to go internationally, to compete, to win, to have a hobby, to have one of the top 3 places at it. We are so glad of that.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, today we talked about multiple topics, but yeah, unfortunately our episode has come to an end. Kuwait hosting the World Championship for bowling.
Yes, and to add that, we have talked about the Ministry of Health that launches the new online services.
Finally,
yes.
Hospitals are no longer crowded.
Yeah.
People with having a flu, people who don't need to go to the hospital. Some of the people need to go to the hospital, but they cannot. So right now, you can feel more comfortable on your home with a click of a button. But you have to remember one thing: during the day that you're absent, take your sick leave.
Yes.
And
our last topic was
Yeah?
about the Kuwait handball national team that have won the bronze medal, and let's hope and wish everyone would
Yes.
have this kind of passion and this kind of hobby to have any kind of, let's say, competition and win a medal one day.
They will do that. They will
Yes.
do that, definitely. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Around Kuwait. We're so glad to have you, our viewers. I hope that you like the topics that you had, that we have talked about today. And of course, for tomorrow, we have more topics that we're going to discuss about. But we will see you for the next episodes, and goodbye for now.
Goodbye.